Thanks for staying with us. We'll be taking our final leg. YK, comments on social media?
Yes, so let me take some comments.
YK is just laughing.
The couple in question, this is Debola Lemoshe. She says the couple in question belonged to an older generation. Knowledge was scarce then, and I won't blame the mama at all. What worked for them may certainly not work in this current age.
There's a question, YK, that I want to ask, and I'm asking God for grace to ask it properly. Because one of the things I want to take out from this conversation, that our viewers, is how do we learn from the older generation marriages to make ours probably a bit better? And I'd like to direct that question to our guest. How are you able to function as a woman in a polygamous setting? It will help us, because a lot of women today are making it look as if, once he cheats, I'm done. That's it, I'm done, I can never. But my mother was in a polygamous marriage. I know aunties who successfully stayed in a polygamous home. Now, when I was young, I didn't like it, I won't lie. But fast forward, I see the outcome. I see, okay, everybody was able to hold their own, and I can see see people in the different strides. But maybe we can learn from that old age culture of mortal, because I don't think Amaka will want to go and do second wife or be ready to have anybody marry her B first wife or second wife, you know. But what can we learn from that, if I may ask you?
I think we can, okay. And I think the way things were then is a bit different from the way things are now. And it's all about the mindset as well. Okay. So yes, I'm in a polygamous marriage. I'm married to the Oni of Ife, and I have co-wives as well. But it's all about understanding each other, respecting boundaries, you know, and also tuning your mindset to accept that, okay, I'm in this position and I want to make the best out of it. Of course, it doesn't mean, but also ensuring, you know, that you are happy, because happiness is the most important thing.
So, well, you look very happy.
Exactly.
I am. I'm very happy. I might have been married to like, I might have like,
nuclear family.
Yeah, and not be happy.
Absolutely.
So as long as I am happy, as long as you're happy in whatever relationship or situation you're in, then stay with it. But if you're not happy,
that's
what
the problem is.
So borrowing a leaf from that man that went viral saying that your husband can love you and still cheat, meaning that how should we therefore accept, especially those of us who are maybe in Christian marriages, or can we therefore say, you know what, if I am happy in this marriage and my husband has made provisions for me to be happy, my children are okay, why am I adverse to him having a second family? I know, let's move religion. I know Christianity doesn't, but why am I adverse to him culturally for having another family that makes him happy? Because there's certain things that I might not be able to provide. For example, my mom wasn't a big on kitchen. My mother had helps all her life. My mother had cooks. My mother, growing up my life, I never seen my mother enter the kitchen to do jack, because she just had, she had those cooks. But my stepmother, she was a caterer. She made couscous that I had never seen in my life. She made all these prawn okra. She made
seafood okra.
Like seafood okra. Like you go to, she had a restaurant. She was a cook. Whenever I go to Isolo, we are waiting because there's food. So there was a difference. My mother wasn't giving that, but the second wife was providing that. So why are we not happy to allow our husbands have a second wife or a third wife who is giving different things that we are not able to give? Why is it difficult for us?
I don't have a problem personally.
Okay.
And I always say women should adjust themselves, because realistically, if you don't adjust to accept, you might eventually be in denial. Because maybe on the day of the man's wake up, they'll bring 4 adult children and they'll come and shock you because you have refused to act. Because maybe 1 or 2 times the man must have played with you. And like, what if this happens? You say, I'll kill you, I'll kill myself, I'll kill everybody. Wonderful. I know a friend, I'm sorry, but he has 3 other women out of his wife with 2 children each. And because the wife is not a receptor, she cannot accept it. He has shielded that truth from her. So we're expecting that somebody will be shocked and greatly shocked, maybe when he passes. This new generation should understand that men also want variety. The way we women are also stuck on variety. And sometimes I always say that if I find myself in a polygamous home, if I find myself in a polygamous home, I will focus on my own energy. I will focus on my children. I'll focus on my power. I'll leave the other tussle for him to address. It will be almost difficult for him to bring something of the third or the fourth to me and expect me to champion over it. Please allow them to champion what belongs to them. So sometimes it's the place of acceptance where we don't get to accept. Okay, now let me ask you a blunt, truthful question. Can you help your friend with your husband? Can you use your husband to help your friend?
What does that mean? Help? How?
Can your husband marry your friend? Or can you bring a wife for your husband?
Are you asking me? Asking why? Can I start working now?
So she's asking you why.
No, because
excuse me.
We say people
no, don't need to even ask me.
Okay,
I have told you that infidelity cannot kill my. It's not a deal breaker for me. I've said it. They kuku yab me about it. I don't care. That's all. If it's a deal breaker for you.
Because whether they do it in your eyes, they'll still do it behind you.
Let's not generalize. Some men don't do it behind.
Some men don't, but I'm saying that the greater number that we see outside that they call themselves Italawa, there's something that's pushing them outside. What are they looking for outside? There's somebody in the house.
Go home. So this brings me to what I always say on the show. I always say it's important that even though love is shaking you before you take those marriage vows, please ensure you tell yourself, you ask yourself, what do I want?
A deal breaker.
What do I, not even a deal breaker, what do I want out of this marriage? It's important to realize that just like if you're going to a business transaction and you have to understand, like, what do I want out of this thing? I'm going into this marriage, I love this man, everything. Is it that I want children? Is it that I want family? Is it that I want a companion? Because there are couples that they are married, they have children, but they know, nobody said they don't send their children, they're taking care of their children, they love their children, but they make sure that their children don't interfere with what they have, because their marriage is about both of us. It's about companionship. So it's important that when you're going into marriage or form of relationship, you understand what you hope to achieve from that thing. Why am I saying this? Because there are so many women in marriages that know that their husbands are cheating, but they're never going to address it. They're never even going to question them about that. They'll just put turn their eyes away from
it. Because the man is being responsible in their own part.
No, because for them, they know that some people want certain things. They want the family, they want a husband, they want a home. Any other thing outside that, they don't want it to interfere with. As long as they're getting that main thing that they entered into this transaction for, they are okay. So they don't want to address it, because then it's going to be disrespectful and they know and then they cannot leave.
Amaka was saying the same thing. What I'm trying to understand is that modern husbands are saying, I am providing for you, I love you, we have amazing children together, you have a house, you have everything, you're not doing nothing. But maybe you cook spaghetti with sauce. I don't like spaghetti with sauce. I like it with whatever it is, with whatever else. And there's somebody else. Now, I don't want to agree that all men want variety, because there's some men that stay loyal to one.
I agree.
And those men exist. I know a few. But there's some men.
Which ones do you know?
I know Daddy Gio is number one.
Oh.
Number two, because you're going to ask me that question.
Because
group of people that can say,
what proof do you
even
have?
though I like this kind of thing, I just feel like maybe there's a different kind of person maybe a fantasy I had in those days, somebody who is yellow like Amaka. Maybe my wife might be dark skinned, responsible, church girl, good girl, we have good family together. But I have this fantasy of yellow girls when I was young, but I never really played it up. Now I have enough money. Let me look at like an Amaka kind of person, yellow person, second wife. She lives in Abuja. She will not come to Lagos. In fact, she will never enter plane to Lagos. She's in Abuja. Why do we have a problem with that?
How about the third one? One?
Let's stay with two.
No, but there's a third instance for this thing to balance.
Okay.
How about the man that I, as the woman, I'm taking care of the family, I'm the one providing and covering his shame, and for him that he doesn't have a job, I'm being the best wife, I'm bringing the money and taking care of our children and school fees and everything, and he's still cheating with my money.
That's the different matter. Yeah, that's the different matter.
He's part
that's
of
not our
it.
conversation.
He's still the modern
We have to
husband.
wrap up. Do you have any comments on social media, YK? Anything? We have to wrap. We only have a few seconds left. And I'll let our guests say a final word. Engineer Tijani sent me a message. He said, "Good morning, Mariah. A woman who holds the key to the heart of our man stays in marriage and vice versa. The key differs from one individual to another, and it has to be discovered in keeping the relationship." Fair enough. I'll let you have the final word, but do you have any comments on social media that we just...
Capital Commodity says, Morayo, I hear you. The disrespect in many marriages is leading to tension in marriages. However, a man has no business collecting his wife's salary, and she does not need to kneel down to show...
Tell that to some men. Some men are collecting salary, pass. Let me let you have the final word. Just a general thoughts on all that we said so far.
She says it doesn't need to kneel down to show honor. Can you
for
address
me,
that?
it's happiness. As long as you're happy, whatever situation you're in, whatever, if you're in a relationship, you know, even if it's in polygamy or if you're married to one man, as long as you are happy. If you're not happy, please exit, because you know a lot of women and a lot of people have mental health issues now, and you know they don't address it because they're in denial. So, but as long as you are happy, then stay in whatever relationship or situation you're in.
So, in a nutshell, define your happiness. Just define your happiness and stay to it. That's all we can take on today's show. Hope you learned a few things as we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.